Bus passengers in the UK now stand a very high chance of getting on a fully electric bus for their daily ride, with most of them made by BYD or a partnership between BYD and Alexander Dennis. You've seen the name Dennis, using the BYD platforms. Bet you didn't know that. Go Ahead London, Stagecoach, National Express West Midlands and RapDev London, to name just a few operators. Many people also in the UK already receive their parcels by electric vans, including Royal Mail, Amazon, DPD, Every, DHL, UPS and FedEx. Now Tesco food delivery vans get in on the act with a massive new order. I'm Dave and we see behind the scenes what's happening there. Well, think about how you get your groceries and how they get to you. Every single day, thousands of diesel vans hit the road to deliver them. It's a service we all rely on. But it comes at a massive cost, a massive carbon footprint that pollutes our cities and warms the planet. But now Tesco, one of the biggest names in groceries, is making a huge change. In a groundbreaking deal, they're investing in a fleet of 750 brand new Chinese-built electric vans. This isn't just a small trial, it's a huge leap in their race to have a fully electric delivery fleet by 2030. And it could be a game changer for the entire industry. This is the story of how your grocery run is going jade green. So what's the big deal here? Tesco's just placed an order for 750 Maxus eDeliver 9 electric vans. To give you some context, this is the largest single electric vehicle order the UK distributor, Harris Maxus, has ever seen. These new vans will join the 232 electric models already hitting the streets this year, and they're set to nearly double Tesco's electric home delivery power when they start arriving in February 2026. And this is more than just a vehicle purchase, it's a statement. Tesco is putting a stake in the ground, committing to a 100% electric home delivery fleet by 2030 and aiming to make its own UK operations carbon neutral by 2035. And this builds on the momentum they've had since their first EV hit the streets of London back in 2020. Just recently, in October 2025, they celebrated a massive milestone by deploying their 1,000th electric van in Cardiff. This new order for 750 more vans just kicks that ambition into a whole new gear. It's proof that large-scale, zero-emission logistics aren't some far-off fantasy. They're happening right now. Well, for a deal this big, you know the van has to be something special. So let's get to know the star of the show. That's the Maxus eDeliver 9. Well, the Maxus name might not be as familiar as Ford or Mercedes, but they are a force to be reckoned with. Maxus is part of SAIC, the Shanghai Automotive Industry Corporation, which is one of China's automotive giants. This isn't some small startup, it's a global powerhouse making a serious play for the European market. So what makes the eDeliver 9 the right vehicle for one of the UK's toughest delivery jobs? Well, it all comes down to the specs that actually matter to a fleet operator. Well, first there's range. The model Tesco ordered is a chassis cab version with a hefty 100 kilowatt hour battery. That gives it a WLTP rated range of up to 219 miles on a single charge. Now, while real world range always depends on the load, the weather and driving style, that's more than enough for the intense but short multi-stop routes a Tesco van runs every single day. Tesco delivery vans generally do not do 50 or 100 mile deliveries. It's all local to the store. And it's a direct answer to the biggest headache for any fleet manager, range anxiety. Well, none here. Next up, charging. In logistics, time's money, and you can't have vans sitting around for hours. The eDeliver 9 comes with rapid DC charging that can hit up to 120 kilowatts. This means it can go from nearly empty to 80% charge in about 45 minutes. And that's the perfect amount of time for, say, a driver's break, or enough time for a full reload back at the depot. That quick turnaround is essential for keeping the fleet moving. Then there's payload, the bread and butter of any van. This chassis cab has a gross weight of 4.25 tonnes and can handle a seriously impressive payload of up to 1.9 tonnes. This ensures each trip is packed efficiently without the electric powertrain getting in the way. It's a true workhorse. But here's the secret sauce, the detail that makes these vans perfect for the job. They aren't just empty vans that Tesco's ordered, they are custom-built chassis that will be fitted with specialised temperature-controlled bodies from a company called Solomon, who put them all together, featuring refrigeration units from industry giants Thermo King and GAH. This is the tricky part. Adding a power-hungry fridge to an EV is an engineering puzzle because it can, if not planned right, drain the battery and cut the range. But it's clear Tesco and Maxus have done their homework. Their partnership, which actually started with a concept vehicle back in 2019, has already proven that the eDeliver 9 is more than capable of handling these demanded refrigerated deliveries. You might not think an EV can cope, but Tesco and their fleet manager knows they can. So 750 electric vans, it's a big number, but the implications are so much bigger. First, this is a brilliant move for Tesco. It's all about hitting their sustainability targets. Since 2020, their existing electric vans have already cut out nearly 30 million diesel-powered delivery miles. A full switch to electric for their entire fleet would be like taking 22,000 fossil fuel cars off the roads every year in the UK. This will slash their carbon emissions on the way to being carbon neutral by 2035 and dramatically improve air quality in the neighbourhoods they serve. We're already seeing this happen in cities like Cardiff and Sheffield, where some stores have already moved to all-electric delivery fleets. It's out there. It's also just smart business, with diesel costs always fluctuating and more clean air zones popping up in cities. Running a diesel fleet gets more expensive by the day. EVs have a higher upfront cost, but they do offer huge long-term savings on fuel and maintenance. This move helps Tesco control future costs and makes their delivery operation more resilient. It's a clear signal to investors that being sustainable and being profitable can go hand in hand. And once again, you might have the idea that EVs are too dear, but Tesco have fleet managers who would totally disagree with you. Now let's zoom out a bit. The fact that a British retail giant like Tesco placed its bigger ever order with a Chinese-owned brand is a massive signal to the market. For years, the European van market has been dominated by names like Ford and Mercedes. This deal proves that Chinese manufacturers aren't just catching up. In electrification, they're often leading the pack. They're building vehicles that meet the tough standards of top-tier companies at a scale and price that's impossible to ignore. This is going to make executives across Europe sit up and pay attention, forcing them to speed up their own EV plans or risk getting left behind. Chinese EVs now at least match pretty much any vehicles on our UK roads, and in many cases vastly exceed them, but at a much lower price. But what about the charging infrastructure? Once that would have been a problem, but the bus companies, they've already gone EV a while ago, and they've proved to be coping perfectly well. Buying 750 vans is one thing, but charging them is another. So this requires a huge investment in depot infrastructure. Tesco is already scaling up its charging network with plans for over 100 stores to have EV charging by spring 2026, a few months away. And 89 shops running fully electric home delivery fleets. They have to redesign their depots, install massive banks of smart chargers, manage the enormous power needed to get hundreds of vans ready overnight. It's a complex puzzle, but it only shows that their commitment is real. Even with all of that, EVs are still the answer. Well, finally, what's it all mean for us? Well, it means quieter streets without diesel engines rumbling at dawn. It means clearer air for our kids to breathe. Switching to an all-electric delivery fleet improves the quality of life in hundreds of communities right across the country. It's a benefit you can literally hear and breathe Well, this is a huge investment by UK Icon in Chinese EV technology. It's a bold move, proving that large-scale electric logistics are here to stay. So what do you think? Is this the turning point that will force all delivery services to go fully electric? Will we see a flood of competitors scrambling to follow Tesco's lead? Or do you still think this EV thing will all fizzle out and you can get back to proper cars and vans and buses spewing out fumes? Well, drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this analysis useful, give this video a like, hit that subscribe button. It really helps. So when you all boil down to it, Tesco's order for 750 Maxus eDeliver 9 vans is so much more than a simple purchase. It's a landmark moment for the future of logistics in the UK. It's where smart buses, ambitious climate goals and a major shift in the global auto industry all come together. Well, this deal proves the technology is ready for the most complex large-scale delivery options, even refrigerated ones. It shows that the long-term financial and environmental rewards of going electric are finally starting to easily outweigh the challenges. Tesco's partnership with Maxus, which grew from a single concept van in 2019 to a fleet of over 1,000 vehicles, is a masterclass in how to test and roll out game-changing technology. This isn't just about Tesco saving money on fuel, but they will. It's about building a quieter, cleaner, more efficient future for all of us, one electric grocery delivery van at a time. I'm Dave.